gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between. We are doing live fishing from the backyard pond. Got a Ned rig and a worm tied on. Hopefully, we can make some casts, get some people up in here. I just absolutely got my butt kicked. Tried to go live earlier. Did go live earlier. And just got back from the ocean and it was brutal. Wait, see if we get a couple people in here before I start telling too many stories, though. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is. We're just doing a little backyard pond fishing. I was live in the ocean about an hour ago, and absolutely got my ass kicked. I went out and I was looking for surf perch, and you can do your best to time it, plan it, line up everything the best you can. And I get there, weather's good, calm's good, tide is coming in like I like. But I get there and they issue a high surf warning, and there was 10 to 12 foot swells. And I said, well, I'm stupid. I'll walk out there and risk my life for a couple of these, 12-inch surf perch because they're delicious. And got out there, and about the first 10 minutes, my waders just got chest high waders. And they get swamped. I mean, way up over the top, swamped waders. Still a little bit cold, and if you're thinking, bro, it's July, why is this dude in a hoodie? I live at the coast, and it's cold. So after about 10 minutes of being in that surf, my waders are full. Just huge swells right now, 10, 12 foot. And so I stuck it out for about 30, 40 minutes, and then waves just kept pounding in, pounding in. I couldn't keep my weight on the bottom. Salad like crazy, and just getting my ass kicked. So I said, all right, F this, I'm heading home, right? I can go out a different day. So I get in the truck and I'm driving back, and the waves are coming up too far up the beach. And so I have to drive up in the dunes. I'm driving my little truck up in the dunes, soft sand, almost got stuck, and eventually made it out, but it was pretty hard on the truck. I had to kick it in 4 low, and I was just too rough to play in the ocean today, so I'm running back to the backyard pond with my tail tucked, hoping to catch some largemouth on a speed worm Ned rig. Move you guys around a little bit so you can see the pond a little better. It's a 4 acre, and we got bass, trout, bluegill, pretty little perch. That's what I'm kind of targeting. No, right now I'm kind of looking for largies. But that's the pond. I'm gonna try to throw out, make some good casts, and hopefully we can hook up with something. Something. I don't know what, but something. Sorry, trying to get that tripod situated. With the speed worm. I want to say it's June bug, but it's not. It's probably like a watermelon. Try to adjust so you can see the pond a little bit better there. Hey, shout out to you if you're just getting here. We're just hanging out in the backyard pond, trying to rip some lips. Right now, we're actually trying to catch tree squirrels and birds because we're a little nested out. We've been struggling for a minute now. Hopefully, we can get off the struggle bus. I'm gonna get that lure back. Hopefully, we can hook up. Appreciate you taking the time to check me out. We're live every day on the 7s. If that sounds like something you're interested in, maybe consider subscribing. Jump in the chat. Let me know what you like fishing for and where you're from. You know, it's a pretty nice day out in the Pacific Northwest. We don't get a lot of them, especially here at the coast. Sorry, I'll see if I can get that lighting a little bit better. Sun's starting to go down and looking for a flat spot. Hey, me, how's it going, bro? Long time no see. Hope you've been doing well. You know, I've been better. I just got my ass kicked. I went out to the beach. I was looking for some surf perch, and I get down there, and the ocean's just angry, man. It is just an angry ocean today. 10 to 12 foot swells, and I get out about waist deep, make a couple casts, and the waves just started ripping and swamped my waders. So I made a few more casts because I'm dumb like that. I'll risk my life for a couple perch. I think we're about to either break this tree branch off or lose this lure as well. Kind of on the struggle bus at the moment, but had to get off the beach, man. It was just too gnarly out there, and so came home, dried out, throwing a speed worm around in the backyard, hoping to rip some lips. What's been up with you, man? Doing any fishing lately? At least going outside? I've said it before and I'll say it again. Is there anything more nerve-wracking than when you're just tugging on that lure? Are you talking about my wife or the dog? One of the two. The dog is out hunting small game, like little raccoons. Just sniffing around in the yard. Yeah, she's lurking around, man. She didn't get much action today. I was stuck at work most of the day myself. And a lot of times I just take her with me, but couldn't today. It was pretty warm. I didn't want to leave her in the truck if it gets above like 70 or so. I don't think we got to 70, but we were close. I don't know what I had this reel dialed into, but it wasn't for the speed worm. I'm try to give you guys a little twilt. Sorry, it's been a long day. So you can kind of see the pond as well as what I'm casting out into. Sun's going down. We're officially out of the tree. Hopefully we can get off that struggle bus and hook up with the largie. If you're new to the channel, we're live fishing every day. Typically on the 7 a.m., 7 p.m. It's a little better. You know, I got this problem is there's no hard parts. Yeah, me, I appreciate that, bro. Let's move let's move, see if we can find a little better flat spot to where you guys can still hang out, watch me fish, and hopefully we can rip some lips. How's that look? A little bit better. Maybe a slight tilt that way. No? Doesn't want to do that? There we go. Hey, me, I appreciate you plugging the channel, man. I do hope you get out on the water soon. You know, we got 5 people up in here. If we can get 5 likes, I'll hop in the John boat and we'll start trolling around looking for some real fish. Got a Ned rig speed worm tied on. I've been on this quest for a topwater frog for it seems like forever. I'm gonna drop you down a little bit, get you more eye level. I'm kind of just throwing out just past those lily pads, hoping to hook up. Me, I remember talking to you, man, but I don't remember where you're from. If you want to let me know, I'll do my best to remember it. Ooh. You guys see that? That was a hit, but it was a failure to connect. He hit me pretty hard. He hit my enough to take that tail off. Maryland. Why couldn't I remember that? Maryland. I'll do my best. Quiz me about it. Next time you might have to remind me at least once more. But I'm pretty good with people and places. I think I should just wacky rig it. Let's try wacky rigging a little bit. I need to go out and get another soft plastic. Didn't bring any down with me. Ooh. There's an aggressive fish just right there. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hope you guys are having a great Thursday. Thanks for checking me out. We're just doing a little backyard pond fishing. Just got done getting my ass kicked in the ocean. You can check out that live. I don't know if it's up yet. What do you think of that catch? Not bad, right? It is pretty peaceful, man. You know, I kind of take for granted where I live sometimes. I'm about a mile from the beach, right next to the ocean, and live on this small 5-acre pond loaded with different types of fish. And it's been my jam all summer long to come out and fish it, you know? Different pond, usually in the morning. But live twice a day. Hate to do this to you guys, but I gotta grab some more bait. I'll be right back. Now hear me out on this. We've been throwing speed worms like crazy, catching bass. That's kind of like the goat. But what if we switch it up to either a topwater frog or even possibly a big ass crawfish? What do you think? You think anything in that pond's big enough to eat that craw? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. This is one of those soft plastics that's kind of like a bucket list. It's definitely been in my tackle box for quite some time, but never managed to hook up on a craw. So we're gonna throw that crawfish on our Ned rig, throw that out there, and hopefully we can pick up a bass. You know, I've gotten them on creature baits such as like rodents and lizards and stuff, but I've never picked one up on a craw before. He's pretty. Let's let's give it a toss, see what we can find. I know I was getting slaughtered right here, just past those lily pads. I think this guy, we're just gonna work him slow, drag him down the bottom, and hopefully, hopefully hook up on something. A little bit of grass in the pond, water temps kind of heated up. A lot of weight on that crawfish. I can throw that thing. Well, I guess if I turn my brakes down and adjusted my rod a little bit more, I would probably be able to throw them across the pond. But you know, the thing I don't like about these craws is there's no real action on them. You think these little flippers would be moving around, but they're not. They're just kind of there. And I'm gonna make a couple more casts with it, but I think we might switch out for a speed worm because I want to catch a fish, and I hate cheating. Not cheating, but feels wrong when you're throwing the wrong bait. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you guys are new to the channel, thanks for checking us out. Hope you guys are having a great Thursday. We're just hanging out, ripping some lips, hopefully. I went out to the ocean earlier, and I got absolutely crushed. I mean, you get down there and you plan for the best trip. Hopefully, you're going to catch all these monster perch. Wind's calm, not pouring down rain. Incoming tide, everything was perfect. And I get down there and 8 foot, 8 foot waves, 8 to 10 feet, high surf warning. And I'm dumb, so I was like, well, screw it, I'm here, let's fish, you know. And so I walk out about knee high. Next thing I know, I'm waist high. Next thing I know, I'm nipple deep in the Pacific Ocean, and my waders are all filled up. So I made a few more casts, but there was just too much stuff in the water to really be fishing. So I kind of came home with my tail tucked between my legs, and here we are in the backyard looking for some bass. I don't think that craw's the move. Normally I would have gotten hit by now. And I'm going to switch it up. Just do a boring old speed worm. But you know, it's like the saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If I've been catching on speed worms for the last ever, why change it up now? kidding, I didn't even bring a speed worm. Man. You know, some days you're like king of the pond, ripping lips. Other days it's just struggle bus and frozen burritos, right? Hopefully we get off this struggle bus and catch us something, you know? Get a couple people. Hey, Lost, man, appreciate that. You know, I'm out every day trying to grind to 5K subs. Don't know how I ended up with the 25 I got. I am definitely more of a fisherman than a YouTuber. And I always fish for fun, man, never for content. You're never going to see a Home Depot build a boat challenge or anything like that. Mainly because Home Depot's like 75 miles that way. We have a Jack's Country store. I could probably build a boat there, but I own a John boat, so there's not a whole lot of point. And I own a big boat, so as far as building a boat for fun or some kind of wacky challenge, that's probably not going to be me. It's always going to be outdoor experiences over content. You know what I mean? All right. Got the rod all dialed in. Abu Garcia, Black Max. Just dragging it past the got a little drop off. The pond is about 12 feet deep in the middle. It gets 19, 20 feet if you go that way. But we're just trying to make some good casts, see if we can hook up. Had pretty decent luck this morning. If you're new to the channel, we're live on the 7s, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. Pacific Standard. In the morning, I typically try to do something new, like a new pond, new stream, some form of new body of water. Doesn't always work out that way, and a lot of times I just end up back here in the backyard. But it's live fishing every day, all summer long. Hey, me, if you're still in here, bro, what are you fishing for in Maryland? I don't know too much about it, don't know the area. You know, what do you guys got? Hey, if you're just getting here, we're trying to rip some lips in the backyard pond. Got a Ned rig and a soft plastic, looking for largemouth. Pretty slow thus far. Just kind of trying to unwind after work. Hope you had a great Thursday. Thanks for checking us out. Ooh, we're getting hit. I think just past those lily pads. I think a couple more casts and we'll be able to connect. I think I'm just a little anxious. I think I'm reeling it a little fast. I think if I kind of slow drag it on the bottom, we'll hook up. We did hook up. Turns out my Ned rig is set on salad. If you know how to switch that over to largemouth bass, that would be fantastic. Hey, good evening. Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. We're just in the backyard pond, trying to rip some lips. Looking for largemouth bass. Got a soft plastic. Get a couple people up in. There it is. All right. Oh, he's a healthy boy. Let's go. Largemouth bass, every bit of 1.5 pounds, bellied up. We're just catch and release today. Quite often we're catch and cook. But I'm just kind of trying to relax on a Thursday. We'll get this guy back. Look at that belly. Look at the belly. Whoa, he jumped right at you. Hey, you're really making this hard on yourself. Look at that. Bellied up. He's probably about 1.5 pounds. We'll get him back. Thanks for playing, buddy. All right, first largemouth of the evening. Feels good. Been a long week, you know. Friday's coming up. Absolutely mashed that soft plastic. Appreciate that like, whoever dropped that like, appreciate it. I should have been more prepared. I need to run up and grab another soft plastic. I'll be back in a second, but still spinning. That was a pretty good catch. That was a pretty good fish. You know, bass don't get real large here in the Pacific Northwest. But I'm gonna go grab another soft plastic and I will be back with you guys shortly. You know, sometimes in life you're forced to make difficult decisions. Like, do you want to go with pumpkin, the ever popular pumpkin? Or do you want to keep throwing what you've been throwing, which is the super salt? Oh crap, I just read what it was. Now I can't remember the color. It's just been one of those kind of days. I think we're gonna keep rocking with what we've been rocking, and that would be the God damn, I just saw it. I wanted to say watermelon, but I don't think it was. Got some new neighbors on the pond, and I'm all for that. I have a 8-year-old little boy, and he's out fishing all the time. I see him all the time across the lake, and he had a stick and a bobber, and I don't know what he was using. So I went over and I talked to his dad first, because I don't want to be a weirdo who talks to kids. And I hooked him up, man. I gave him an old rod that I had, and hooked him up with some soft plastics and some lures and everything he needs to be catching bass in the backyard. Had something chase me up. Might have been a yellow perch. They're getting pretty aggressive this time of year. Broke off into some bushes. I bring soft plastics, but I forget I should just bring my tackle box down here, but I haven't done it. I gotta yet again go get some bait. I promise one day I'm gonna actually be prepared, and we'll able to do this a little easier. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to get some gear. I just donated my little lure to the bushes on the edge of the pond. Maybe I'll go dig it out later. Plan is simple. We got a soft plastic speed worm pumpkin color to Ned Rig jig head. I'm looking for largemouth bass. If you're new to the channel, we're live fishing every day on the 7 a.m., 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is just my backyard pond, and the pond itself isn't too crazy. It's about 5 acres. Leads out into the bay and feeds into a few other ponds and is fed by a natural spring. We have largemouth, spots, and yellow perch, the occasional bluegill. And if you come out at nighttime, you might find yourself a bullhead catfish. Got that all tied on. Hopefully we can rip some lips. I try to fish a new body of water every day. Typically in the morning, sometimes in the evening. It all just depends on what I got going on for work. But we're all tied up. Let's see if we can catch something. We got one bass already. He was a pretty good size. They don't get real big here in the Pacific Northwest because the water temperatures don't get that big. I think our current water temp is about 66, maybe 67 degrees. if you're new to the channel, go ahead and jump in that chat. Let me know where you're from and what you like to fish for. Damn. Hey, shout out to the 4 people up in here. Thanks for taking the time to check me out on Thursday. Hope you're having a good one. We're just doing a little largemouth bass fishing in the backyard pond. No clickbait. I was at the ocean about an hour ago looking for surf perch because I'm about a mile from the beach. And I got my ass kicked. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. You know, you plan it out the best you can, weathers and tide. And I get down there and they issue a high surf warning, which just means 6 to 8 foot waves about 10 seconds apart. And I couldn't catch a break. I waited out. I'm a little bit stupid, so I said, well, I'm here, let's fish it anyways, you know. I get my waders on and get out there, and by the second or third cast, waves were up over my waders, and so much stuff in the current that my line was just getting tangled, dragged around, and so I kind of came home after getting my ass kicked, said to hell with that. Now we're just kind of chilling on a different vibe in the backyard pond. Caught one bass already, hoping to hook up again. Get a couple more hits on the like button, and we'll take you guys out for a ride in the John boat. We can do some trolling. Got a little 14-foot John with the Mini Coda motor. Once the sun goes, man, that soft plastic's just getting chewed up. Once that sun goes down a little bit, I might be throwing a topwater frog. It's always kind of been a on my to-do list, catch one on a frog. Never done it. To be honest with y'all, I haven't been bass fishing that long. I mean, I've caught bass in the past, but it was never my target species. But I had some friends and family, you know, they all find out you fish, and of course they buy you, I don't know, probably whatever's on sale at Walmart. So long story short is I ended up with a bunch of bass gear, a bunch of poppers, soft plastics, crazy looking Timu lures. And it's just been sitting in the bunkhouse forever. So I decided to kind of come out and learn how to do some bass fishing. I knew there was always some in the pond back here. I've caught them on worms. So a lot of this is kind of new to me. I just kind of learned, last summer, and I'm just kind of trying to hone it in now. And I gotta say, it's a pretty goddamn good time. I'm having a blast. Kind of learning, not all fish are big fish, but all fish are fun to catch. You know what I'm saying? Living so close to the salt ocean is about a mile that way. I kind of got wrapped up in saltwater, I'll go out and start getting salmon here pretty soon. Crossing the Columbia River Bar, one of the most deadliest bars in the world. And I do that going out chasing kings or chinooks, or that's the same fish. If you know why that one fish has like multiple names, like what do you call a bass? Do you call it a bass? Do you call it a bucket mouth? Do you call it a lunker? I mean, it's just one of those things. Same applies to salmon. 5 names for the same fish, and everybody calls it something different. Oof. Is there anything more nerve-wracking than when your line is snagged and you're just pulling that jig right back at your face under at least 40 pounds of pressure? Yeah. Man, I thought I was off of the struggle bus. It's alright though. Still beats watching TV. I don't know, you guys think I should tie on a top water? Do a little frog action and at least really help me out of those bushes. Let's do it. It'd be a complete mood changer. I hate this brand, but it was what was given to me. It's just a Lunker Hunter, little pocket frog. My buddies all say, yeah, man, those little pocket frogs are the way to go. But, I've never hooked up on one. Maybe tonight's the night, Maybe there's a big old largemouth just by those lily pads, waiting to absolutely crush this frog. But probably not. I'm just not that lucky today. But it'll be nice to throw something different. I've been throwing them speed worms around every day, twice a day at 7 a.m. live. You should check it out. Alright. He's pretty, isn't he? He's tiny. We'll see. We'll see if there's a largemouth out there big enough to, they don't have to be real big. We also got some spotted bass in the backyard pond, and trying to thin those out a little bit and make room for the largemouth. Just kind of slow reeling this guy, popping him around, watching his action. See lots of movement out here on the pond. Can't say if they're for sure bass or not. They might be some bluegill. Bluegill have been pretty active lately. switch it and try to throw this way a little bit. Kind of slowly working it down that weed line. We're probably about 2 hours away from sundown. No wind, lake's calm. Hoping for a big old topwater explosion. You know, we tend to, at least I do, if I catch a fish one time on a lure, I'm going to throw that same lure for the next 15 years. But I'm trying to venture out of my comfort zone a little bit, and hopefully we can get one on this frog. If you're a bass guy and you know what I'm doing wrong, feel free to drop a comment. Oh, damn, I got hit. I just couldn't connect. He was little. I was twitching him in some lily pads. And goosebumps, bro. Goosebumps. I don't think it was a very big bass. But if you guys want to watch a grown man squeal like a little girl, just wait if I catch something on that tree frog or pocket frog, whatever you want to call it. It's been a bucket list item for me. Just got bit, failure to connect, but I think we're getting close. Tonight might be the night. Like I've been said, I've been trying to throw this frog around for 2 weeks. Tried the evening, tried the morning, tried different ponds. Just trying to twitch it, trying to get those bass interested. I'm about where I got hit at last time. So I'll reel it a couple feet, let it sit, give it a twitch. It's got good action. I wish the legs moved more on it, but it doesn't. At least it's weedless, which is kind of nice. Bro, I don't know about the fish, but I don't. And I was live in the ocean about an hour ago, but I got my ass kicked. So I kind of came home with my tail tucked between my legs and just trying to do something. I went out, I was standing in the Pacific. The ocean wasn't cooperating. We had 8 to 10 foot swells. Waders got swamped. You can run it back. I think the live play should be up. And got beat up by the ocean, so I came home and just trying to relax a little, dry out, catch some bass in the backyard pond. Exista, man, where you from? Thailand. What kind of fish you catching in Thailand, bro? I appreciate you checking it out, man. Once upon a time, I was in the Navy and never got to visit Thailand, but went to Singapore and the Philippines, but never Thailand. Hope you have a good day, man. Hey, shout out to the 6 people up in here. We're just doing a little bass fishing in the backyard pond. Been on a quest to check this damn thing off my list. Everybody's like, bro, you gotta catch a frog. You gotta catch a bass on a frog. Top water is so awesome. And like, all right, I like top water. You know, give me a popper, give me a buzz bait. I feel right at home. But I gotta be 1,000 casts in 2 weeks into this freaking frog with no success. But the thing about it is, I'm pretty dumb, so I'm gonna keep trying to do the same thing over and over. If you're new to the channel, live fishing twice a day on the 7s, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. Pacific Standard. On one of them, I'm usually somewhere new, somewhere where I haven't fished before. I feel pretty lucky to live where I do. I'm out in the Pacific Northwest, about a mile from the ocean. And there are streams, lakes, rivers, and fish everywhere. So I'm trying to fish a new pond, new stream, new lake once a day, all summer long. Sometimes that's a lake, sometimes it's a no trespassing sign in a farmer's field. There's nothing's off limits. This is my backyard pond. I share it with a few other neighbors. It's 4.5 acres. About 19 feet in the deepest spot. And we got bluegill, perch, spotted bass that I'm trying to get rid of, largemouth bass. And if you come out here in the morning with the mellow, you might end up with the bullhead catfish. Just got back from the ocean. My original plan for tonight was to go out and get some surf perch. And you know, you plan the trip, you make the best plans you can, and sometimes things just don't work out. I get to the beach, the weather's calm, no wind, high of about 61 degrees, water temp was, 57. But out of nowhere, there was a high surf advisory, which means 8 to 10 foot swells. And I'm pretty stupid, so I'll risk my life for some fish. So I went out there, waders got flooded out. Second cast in, next thing I know, my waders are full. I'm freaking nipple deep in the Pacific Ocean. So I make a couple more casts, but with that much surf moving in and out, you guys hear that? That's a bullfrog. They're pretty cool, and that sound just screams summertime to me. You start hearing those big bullfrogs like that, and that just screams summer. So after getting my ass kicked, I climbed back in the truck, and the waves are running so high up the beach. I'm driving through the dunes. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was a big ass blue herring. It was pretty cool. Love nature, bro. So I'm driving through the dunes in the soft sand. Had to kick it in 4 low just to get off the beach. Tide's still coming up. I had to drive through part of the tide to get up off of the beach. Which means I had to rinse my truck off because salt water just eats everything. But I'm done bitching about that. I'm going to keep throwing this frog, and I'm going to catch a damn bass. That's what's going to happen. One of my neighbors got a drone. I don't know which one. I thought it was only me. But, what's cool? I'm not hating. Hey, shout out to the 7 people up in here. Thanks for taking the time to check me out on a Thursday, man. We're just hanging out in the backyard pond, doing a little bit of bass fishing. If that sounds like your thing, we're live every day on the 7s. Think about hitting that sub button. Maybe the like, I'd appreciate it. Got 6 people up in here. We get 3 more likes. I'll jump in the John boat and take you guys for a cruise around the pond. Oh, sorry, aerial photography. There's no kids up in here. You know, man, I'm only gonna cast that frog about 800 times before I decide to throw something else. I am officially tapping out on the frog. It's defeated me yet again. This little guy, this one little freaking lure, is definitely becoming my arch enemy. Like, I don't know why we just can't be friends. Give me a popper, give me a buzz bait, we'll hook him up. Give me a frog, a pocket frog, a crash pad by Booyah. Give me a green one, a toad, whatever. I just cannot make those damn things work. If you're a pro bass guy and you're lurking around, drop me a comment, man. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Right now we're trying on the goat. The goat being a Ned rig. We spend all this money on these Rapalas, poppers, frogs, buzz baits, whopper ploppers, all this big money on all this bass gear. And 90% of the bass I've ever caught has been on a Ned rig with the speed worm. And I realize it's more sometimes about trying something new than it is catching fish. But that's just something people say who spend $50 on a lure to not catch fish, right? Like, bro, check out this new whopper plopper. Hey, angler. Good to see you up in here, man. You missed the shit show earlier. I was live at the beach. Got absolutely crushed by this monster surf. And now we're back to the safety of the backyard, throwing a speed worm, hoping to hook up. Good evening. Sorry to start it off complaining. It's just been a long little trip. But it's Thursday, one day closer to the weekend. Think I might have something planned, but I gotta stop planning shit because every time I do, it just doesn't work out. You know, the original. Such is life, man. You know, I was planning to get out there and do some surf perch fishing, switch it up a little bit, get away from these largemouth. So I tied the tide, you know, I rushed, get off early and head down to the beach. Weather's good. I mean, not a cloud in the sky. Wind was calm. But I get there and I'm there for all of about 20 minutes. And they issue a high surf warning. And I'm pretty dumb, so I said, well, that's not going to stop. I'm already here. Get out about knee deep. Next thing I know, I'm waist deep. And by the third cast in, I'm nipple deep in the Pacific, and my waders are just swamped. I mean, I got chest high waders on. Wave came over the top, crashed down, filled me up. So after about 20-30 minutes of that, I just said to hell with it. I couldn't, you know, I had a 6-ounce pyramid, and it wouldn't hold to the bottom because the waves were just too large. We're talking 8 to 10 foot swells every 15 seconds or so, plus a ton of salad in between. Such is life, though. I shouldn't have gone out, to be honest. I pulled up to the beach and I looked out at the water and I said, well, fuck. you know? And, but I was there, you know? I was there. I've been looking forward to it all day. Like, I had already pumped myself up, and, the Pacific Ocean is dangerous. We actually had 2 people lose their lives while fishing early summer, late spring. We have monster monster waves out there, and it can go from ankle deep to chest deep real quick. And if you don't know what you're doing, you could get into a lot of trouble. Sometimes I'm just either really stupid or overly confident, or a combination of both. Hooked up one little bass here. It wasn't too little, he was about a pound and a half. Been getting some yellow perch on these speed worms lately. There's something. What do we got? We got something. Fish on. Ta-da! That one's for Angler. He's like the freaking channel Good Luck. Angler, I've been meaning to ask you, bro, what kind of Jeep do you got? Yeah, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate that hype, bro. I needed it. You know, I'd like to get a 2010 Wrangler. Cool. I didn't know if you're like, I got a Jeep, and then you drive like a Leonardo or like a 1997 Cherokee or something. But you answered correctly. Nah, man, the 4-door, you gotta have the crew cab. My truck's a crew cab. You got people, right? I've been looking at Jeeps. I need something that I can get on and off the beach with, you know, and up into the mountains and hills and stuff. And my truck does great, but my truck gets like 14 miles to the gallon, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, nothing wrong with the 4-door. Lots of signs of life on the pond today. See fish turning over. You guys want to go for a boat ride? Hopefully you took your Dramamine. Hold on. View from John Boat. Bro, I'd kill for 18. Let's shove off. Shit. Just like that, we lose a paddle. Stroke. Stroke. Thinking I should have brought some rooster tails or something. What's a manual transmission, bro? Is that some kind of like millennial theft device? Anti-theft? Bad joke. Oh man, when I took driver's ed, they had a manual transmission Chevy Corsair, not even in the water, and I got a fish. Fuck yeah. Let's go. I wasn't even trolling yet, man. He's flopping around. We got, I don't know, a ½ inch of water in the bottom of the John boat. I don't know where that little guy went. Oh, there he is. Hey! Just dangling the rod off the side. Not even trolling yet. Let's go. Didn't even have the trolling motor down. The rod was just dangling off of the side. And hooked up that little bass. That's good sign of things to come, hopefully. Again? Bro, I don't even have to do anything. I just gotta sit here and drop that worm down. I think we'll do that. This tripod isn't very sturdy. Yeah, bro, look at that. We're getting bit right off the top. Turns out they were out deeper. Hold me down. So if you're just getting here, we got ADD'd and we ended up in the John boat, and now we're just kind of trolling a speed worm for some bass. Try to move you guys up so you're not quite as in my face. There we go. It's a little better. Nope. Not gonna stay still. Alright, there we go. Hold you with my foot. There we go. Success. And just like that, we missed him. We had him and we missed him. Bunch of little baby bass biting today. Beautiful evening. Had a high of about 62 degrees, which is fantastic. Just kind of cruising, enjoying the pond. Flip you around. Yeah, yes, sir. It's pretty chill, man. I'm having a pretty good time. It's that time of evening where everything's just kind of calm. Some down trees that kind of overhang the pond that we're coming up on. Some alders. Just kind of dragging that speed worm. Getting tons of bites, but nothing over a few inches. Birds are making bird noises. I can go wrong. That's a fish. Nope, that's not a fish. I should turn my rod. Oh boy. We done it now. Is your reel supposed to look like that? And we're all kinds of caught up. And we're still fighting the motor because we're still in gear. That looks pretty epic though. Like, rod all doubled up, be like, oh, I'll make a face and then take a thumbnail, right? Isn't that what all the cool kids are doing? Making faces and then taking thumbnails. Well, if you want to know how to lose $20 worth of line and, I don't know, $3 worth of tackle, this is how you do it. Fuck. Get in the John boat. Go for a ride. What's the worst that could happen? What did I even hook into? At this point, I'm just wanting to break off. I didn't bring anything to cut the line. And you're like, just snap it off. And I'm like, bro, it's 30-pound test. I'm gonna drop you down so I don't drop you into the water. Can't reel in because my line's all bird nested to shit. Son of a bitch. Alright. There is going to be some absolute obscenities while I try to get this unhooked. You know, we're this close to just having to buy a new reel. This one's just fucking done. I should just give up and start over on life. Not yet. This tripod's a little sketchy in the boat. Hold on, Bailey. Forgot my wife and she's yelling at me. By wife, I mean Chihuahua. Alright, success. Fuck. That was less than enjoyable. I had this little, I don't have much here in the boat. I got a wobbler, and I got a little blue fox, gold blue fox. Teeth are bleeding from trying to bite that line. I can't even fish, dude. Why am I tying up? Like my reel so bird nested up, I'm not gonna do crap. Well, I guess I will admit defeat for tonight, but still a beautiful night on the pond. Ignore the abandoned crack house behind me. I'll flip you guys around so you can see the little larger part. Oh boy. Fish turn over. Just kind of on a little bit. Not that there's a whole lot to show off, but pretty peaceful. Sun's going down right over there. Not fishing, but pretty good day to be on the water. You know, we just bird nested the hell out of our line. Lost our little lure. Just kind of taking a joyride. Beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking us out. We're live every day on the 7s. Usually fishing somewhere new or hanging out in the backyard pond. Either way, trying to rip some lips or do some camping. That sounds like your cup of tea. Hey, Settlement. Good to check me out, bro. Thanks for swinging by and showing some love. Appreciate you. Yeah, just out in the John boat. Absolutely beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest. I got to cut it short here. Hope you guys had a great Thursday, and hopefully we'll see you around. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.